I am over at Waterford Kravings today, and I'm going to be packaging up some brownies so I can send out some more Everybite boxes later on today. So I am over here. Right now we have 6 pans of brownies. Here's one of the flavors. I'm going to get them all cut up. Well, you can follow along and see what happens. As you can imagine, every single brownie flavor we have is a little unique when it comes to cutting it. One of the challenges, for example, with the Oreo one is when we use the pizza cutter or bakery cutter or whatever you want to call this accordion thing to cut the brownies, the Oreo is a lot harder to get through. So a lot of times what I'll do is I will use this to kind of score it, get the sizes, and then go back with a bigger pizza cutter to really finish it off. First I gotta get this thing to size. Now when I'm setting it up, I kind of size it off of the pans that we currently have, but they're approximately 3 by 3 inches. As you'll see as I'm going through scoring it, the Oreo one is definitely the most challenging, just because the Oreo is a lot harder than the brownie material, obviously, and then just harder than the rest of them. So then after I do that, come back through with this guy, and like I said, I'll get the ends kind of lopped off first. Hard part sometimes is seeing the lines that I created if I didn't go deep enough. Sometimes that happens, just gotta follow through and figure out where it is. And then from there, you just kind of start cutting. And with this one, there is also Oreo inside, so when you're cutting, you're going through all of that. So I do have some cutoffs. What I'll do is usually I'll bring it to the office, and if Tim is in a mood, he'll usually eat them and eat some more. All right, so from there then, as I mentioned last time, we do have different packaging. So I'm gonna start taking these brownies and packaging them up. I think one of the things that I need is some device I could put in here so I can just take these brownies and slide it right in. Because I think that'll make it cleaner and easier, especially with having the brownies be soft. That's one of the challenges that I have, is getting them in here without them falling apart. So as you can see, when I slide it in there, I think you can kind of see, kind of the mess up there. I just need to figure out a way to clean that up. Alright, as you can see, I got all the brownies packaged up. Cookies are back at the office. So from here, I'm going to throw them in boxes and start getting some of the orders all sent off. But obviously I didn't show you guys everything, but I don't know, I think it took about 2 hours or so to get everything packaged up with only a few distractions in between. So I'm gonna get all of these back out to the office, get them over there so we can start packaging boxes, and then, well, I guess not and then, in the process of that, I also need to grab some cheesecake and take that over to the office. We're gonna do pictures. So we are adding a new product-ish, since we have cheesecake with the, actually, let me tell you this story. All right, real quick story time. So when I was working here on Friday, I had some ladies, they came in to Kravings while I was working. While I was working at Kravings, they came in while I was working. That doesn't make sense. Anyways, so I was here and they looked at the bakery selections we had. They saw that we had cookies and cupcakes and brownies and donuts and whatever else we had. And the reaction was, this is all you have for bakery. Now, if you look at the front of our store, it does not say that we are a bakery. While we have bakery items, we are not a full-fledged bakery. However, so they said, oh, you guys don't have more bakery stuff. And I was like, hey, we do. What are you interested in? And so she asked if we had pie. We do not have pie. That's just not something we carry. However, we have cheesecake. Cheesecake is in one of our signature shakes. So I had an aha moment. I was like, you know what? We don't have pie, but we do have cheesecake. She's like, oh, is it just plain cheesecake? And of course it is. I was like, yeah, it is. She's like, oh, do you have any flavored ones? No, I don't. But again, I didn't say that. What I said was, thinking on the tip of my toes, I was like, we have regular cheesecake, but we also have a whole plethora of toppings and syrups and all of that stuff. We do this all the time. You could just take that cheesecake, throw on some toppings, throw on some syrup, and voila, you have your own little custom cheesecake. Much better than you can get anywhere else. But no idea how to price it, so I just ran numbers in my head and do. They ended up getting the cheesecake. They seemed like they thoroughly enjoyed it based upon the comments that they gave. So I got in our manager's chat that we have. I was like, hey, new product. We're going to be pushing this out. Yesterday, I ended up adding it into the POS like 3 days later. And then I don't know, within like an hour or two, we started getting DoorDash orders for it without any pictures or anything, literally just a small description as to what it is. So now we're offering 3 different varieties of cheesecake: a regular cheesecake, a cheesecake with toppings and syrup, and a cheesecake with topping, syrup, and ice cream. So what I need to do right now is grab all of that stuff, take it to the office so we can get pictures of what it looks like, and we're gonna start pushing that out. So when you see random things pop out of Kravings, a lot of times that's literally how it's developed. Just random ideas based on what customers say, and poof, that's how you have it. So definitely crazy, but that's what I need to do right now. So we're gonna get all of that stuff loaded up in the truck over to the office and go from there. All right, so here's some of that cheesecake I was telling you about. We got some really good pictures. Jack really loves peanut butter, but he's on a diet, so I'm gonna take it to the next best person. No, thank you. All right, we got the pictures of the cheesecake. Those are all done. You can see those here somewhere. Next up, we're gonna start packaging those boxes. I'm gonna get 2 of them, I think. 2 of them packaged right away, and we'll get those to the post office and get those on the road. All right, we're gonna pack the box right now, but remember, I have new packaging, so it's gonna take a little bit longer. It doesn't look as clean as before, I don't think, but this is going to keep them fresher, and I don't think it looks horrible. I just liked it better when they are flat. But either way, I think it's going to change anyways once everything is brownies, because really there I can control the size much better, make sure that they're all consistent, the same. Where the cookies, well, yeah, we weigh them out, get them to the right size. Depending on just how that heat transfers through the cookies, if there's a little bit of extra flour or anything in there, sometimes they get a little bit flatter, sometimes they're a little bit puffier. It's just one of those things you have to work through. But anyways, with switching to brownies, throw the things in the pan, cut them to the right size, and poof, we got it. Perfect. So hopefully that's not an issue. Another thing, yesterday I was able to finally get the boxes ordered that we're going to be using with, I'm going to call them like our partners, where they can buy boxes, like 4-packs of brownies, and then be able to give them as a thank you to their customers. So I'm going to show up a quick picture of that right there. So as you can see, it definitely looks a lot different than this box, but that was the point. I wanted it to look different. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to present that to a whole bunch of different potential buyers. I'm going to show them the option, bring them samples. So that's another avenue to try to bring in revenue for Everybite as well. So I'm going to test that out and see what happens. But I'm going to get back to packaging these boxes and get them to the post office. I think I found a different way that I can do this. And it's going to work much, much better when they're all brownies. But instead of doing 3x4, if I do 4x3 this way, it seems like they stack a lot nicer and they present a lot better. So if I'm doing this with 12 different brownie choices, I think that's going to look way nicer. So definitely happy with how this, there's Tabitha, how this is looking now. So we're going to play around with this.
What?
Huh?
What?
I'm not talking to you.
Who are you talking to?
The people?
Oh! The people.
It's like she doesn't know you guys exist. Anyways, I'm going to get these out to the post office, get them all shipped out, and go from there. So I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.